The Lakers began the 05-06 season with a record of 3-2. Kobe was averaging 34.8 points per game on 50% from the field, but having only Lamar Odom to back him up, you knew it was going to be a tough job for him that year. The previous year, the Lakers had Caron Butler as another scoring option, but for some reason the Lakers traded Butler and their primary point guard Chucky Atkins for Kwame Brown. The stage was set for the biggest carrying season in recent memory. But this episode is about a single matchup, and I'll definitely come back to this season sometime in another video. The sixth game this season was in Philadelphia, and the entire 76ers team was geared toward keeping Kobe out of the paint and making his job difficult as a scorer. Sixers coach Maurice Cheeks said it'd be impossible to stop him entirely, but he knew that winning would depend on what they did manage to do with Kobe. They've incorporated Lamar Odom, Cheeks said of the Lakers. They've got Kwame Brown, Chris Mim. It's kind of him to mention some of the other players, but let's be honest, other than Lamar, there was no one else. They have a lot of other guys, but the main person is Kobe Bryant, who we all know we have to defend. I don't think there's going to be one guy who's going to stop him from doing what he's accustomed to doing, so we've got to have a collection of guys that's going to be guarding him. Andre Iguodala had the job of defending Kobe for the entire game. However, unlike Kobe, Iguodala had a teammate named Allen Iverson to carry the offensive load, so he was able to focus entirely on defense, which he did extremely well. During this game, Iguodala played 46 minutes and attempted only 3 shots, while Kobe struggled to get into any rhythm offensively. Kobe started the game missing his first 8 shots and finished the first half 3 for 14. The entire Lakers team was struggling as well, and although you can't expect much from Kwame Brown, he missed 3 shots right at the rim in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. Despite trying to attack the basket, everyone including Kobe struggled to get any consistent scoring, and the Lakers miraculously led at halftime by 4. The game was close all the way to the end, when Kobe missed a deep 3-pointer to take the lead and Iverson closed out a narrow victory at the free throw line. At the end of the game, Kobe's stats read 17 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists on 7 for 27 shooting. According to Iguodala, Phil Jackson said after the game that it was the best defense he had seen anyone play on Kobe Bryant. Coming from Phil Jackson, a coach who was rarely impressed, this was a huge compliment. But Kobe was never one to give up, because even though this particular game ended in the 76ers' favor, Kobe made a mental note about his offensive struggles and matchup with Iguodala and decided to make things right the next time he got a chance. It's possible that he was motivated by Phil Jackson's compliments toward Iguodala as well and wanted to prove to himself that he was not going to play as poorly again. I could just tell you what happened the next game, that Kobe easily had 30 or 40 points and won the game. But things are rarely that simple. In late December that season, just before the second game against Philadelphia, Kobe was suspended for 2 games when the league reviewed his flagrant foul against Mike Miller. Kobe wasn't one to go out of his way to play dirty, but this flagrant foul was retaliation for a previous play. Earlier in the game, Mike Miller made a drive to the basket and he flailed his left arm at Kobe, who was coming as a help defender. Miller struck Kobe in the face and Kobe was given a personal foul, with Miller getting 2 free throws. Kobe was forced to leave the game because he was bleeding and headed to the locker room to get stitches above his eye. Before leaving the floor, he said something to Miller along the lines of, "Okay, I'm going to get you back for that." Sure enough, in the next quarter he did, and gave Miller a hard hit in the paint and Miller crumpled like a piece of paper. Kobe earned a flagrant foul on the play but remained in the game, and the Lakers wound up losing by 1. Kobe finished with 45 points. Some thought it was a good hard foul, and others thought it was foolish because Kobe was unapologetic afterwards and missed 2 games as a result. Whatever you choose to believe, Kobe was suspended, and after missing 2 games against Utah, which were both losses, the Lakers were hosting the 76ers again on January 6. This time off was bad news for the 76ers. When Kobe returned from his suspension, he was fired up, and this was a theme that was present throughout his career. Giving Kobe a couple days of rest and motivation to play harder was not going to end well for the next team he played. Before tip-off, Kobe went to the 76ers locker room looking for Iguodala. When he didn't find him, he told the 76ers players, "Tell Andre 50 tonight."
Kobe, losing Iguodala. I think he's making up for lost time. First time, and so is Devin George. Well, Iguodala, he's going to be all over Kobe again as Kobe falls away. Does it again.
Kobe started the game a bit slowly, but gained momentum in the second quarter. After starting 8 for 16 with 19 points, Kobe caught fire and there was nothing anyone could do at that point. With the Lakers up 11 with half a minute left in the second quarter, Kobe hit a 3 and then an and-one jumper from 18 feet, putting LA up by 15 to end the half. In the third quarter, he kept going. He scored 23 points on 9 for 11 from the field, putting Kobe at 42 points to end the third, and the Lakers up by 19. With the game out of reach, Kobe didn't start the fourth quarter and watched from the bench as the other players kept the lead at 19 for most of the quarter. With just under 6 minutes left, Kobe returned to the game, hitting back-to-back threes and then exited for good. He finished with 48 points, but because it was such a blowout, he never got to reach the 50 he promised. Iguodala finished with 14. The final score was 119-93, and Kobe finished on 19 for 29 from the field with 7 of 7 from 3. He shot only 4 free throws. After a game like that, Kobe might have been content proving that Iguodala couldn't stop him, but there's a reason I brought up his suspension earlier. He wasn't just thinking about scoring on Iguodala this game. In the next game versus the Clippers, Kobe put up 50 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, and hit 7 more three-pointers, following it with 45 points against Indiana, both games the Lakers won. This was a 4-game streak of 45 or more points, and in the 5th game, Kobe scored 41. From this point on, whenever Kobe was suspended, bettors would place money on the Lakers winning the next game he played. And if you were following the Lakers that season, you would know that this stretch of insane scoring was merely a preview of what was to come.